wanna do the work today. I don't want to. Okay, ready? What's that? Oh. Hi guys, welcome to my first video, my first channel. Come on there. I thought for my first video we would do an introduction video and talk about how old I was when I fell pregnant and when and where I found out. So I'll go first. I'm Kiara. I'm turning 19 in about a week and I'm currently completing Year 12 at a young mum school where I get to take Brooklyn with me. Ooh, this is Ryan. He's also turning 19 but a week after me. Just working at the moment. This one is Brooklyn. She just turned 1 on the 4th of July. We did have a big party planned and then restrictions were like, no. So we just had a nice meal at the park with a bit of family. And it was fun. And last but not least, this is Toby. His birthday is on the 12th of this month. Fun fact, we are actually all July babies. So it's a pretty hectic month for us. But yeah, so I think for the rest of this video, I'm going to kind of do a bit of solo talking. Yeah, just talking about how old I was and where I found out and kind of the struggles I had throughout my pregnancy and what else I want to do with this channel. So I'm gonna get this little one off to sleep and then I'll be back. Say goodnight. Say bye-bye. 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 Good job. You know, I really have to pee, but I cannot. Get this done. That was going so well. Can you see me in the reflection, like trying to stop? Here we are, finally back. This is my 3rd night in a row trying to film this intro video. Also, in the intro that you just saw, I am extremely puffed because we had done that video about 5 times to try and get it right. And I am a complete mess right now. We just got Brooklyn down. It's about 10 o'clock, so I want to now take this time to continue this video solo, talk, like introduce myself a bit more, talk about how I felt, like the age I fell pregnant. We all kind of know how that happens, how you fall pregnant, and talk more about how I found out and my struggles throughout the pregnancy, and then what I want to do in future videos. Lost the word but found it. And so I kind of just want to dive right into that. Anyway, I'm a bit of a mess, but that's okay. This is my reality. Okay, so I was 17 at the time. I had turned 17 3 months prior to finding out I was pregnant. I was at school and I had been feeling off for a couple of days, but I thought it was nothing. And then I kind of just had enough and kind of wanted to know what was going on, seeing as this wasn't going away. And so myself and 2 of my friends came with me to the nurse's office, and the nurse couldn't figure out what was wrong. So she suggested that I go to the doctor's up the street, connected to our school, kind of. It was about a 5-minute walk up a hill. So I said, yeah, that sounds good. I'm happy to go. So she booked a doctor's appointment and we pretty much headed up there straight away. And as soon as we got there, we went into the doctor's room, she checked my temperature, she did kind of all the normal regular like checkups, and everything seemed fine. And so then she suggested that I do a pregnancy test just to get that out the way and just say no, not pregnant. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And I did it, and almost immediately 2 very clear red lines popped up. I'll pop the photo up somewhere here or maybe here, I don't know yet. But yeah, so 2 very clear red lines popped up, and I was in shock, and it felt like I shat myself because like my gut was just like, oh my gosh. And so I went outside for some air, had a bit of water, and was just sitting on the concrete like, what am I going to do? I know nothing about pregnancy. I was not educated at all. And so the doctor comes out and says, you know what, let's just do a blood test just to make sure. Now, I'm one of those people that really dislike needles and getting their blood taken out from their body. But for this one, I was like, you know what, let's just do it just to make sure, because I don't want to be freaking out over nothing. And sure enough, the results came back saying I was about 6 to 8 weeks pregnant. And so my next thought was, how am I going to tell Ryan, and how is he going to take this? So we went back down to the school, my 2 friends who were very supportive throughout my whole pregnancy, throughout everything. They were really helpful, just there for me. And so we went back down. Ryan, I messaged him and I was like, hey, we need to talk. And so we met in this like kind of student hub. I'm not really sure what it's called, I forgot, but it's where like you kind of just go if you need some you time. And he was sitting on one of the couches, and I remember showing him the photo, and his face was just like, well, please explain. And I was like, positive pregnancy test right here, and he really was shocked like I was. It was very overwhelming. And so we were like, okay, we still got half the day left of school. He had to go and do something, I can't remember what, but I remember taking the rest of the day off, not going to classes, just sitting and hanging out with my friend Ash, just talking about what I'm gonna do, just kind of blabbering on for the rest of the day, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen from here on. And then so Ryan went off and did his thing. Ash and I, so we just spent the rest of the day chilling. I remember going to the bathroom and taking a couple of photos of my stomach. I'll also pop those photos up. Excuse the writing on the mirrors. I think it was a school mock-up day or something along those lines. But yeah, so I think those photos are so cute to look at now. I've got a tiny little bump-ish, or I was really bloated. Looking back now, I don't know how I didn't really see that, but sorry, I'm playing with my hair because I really don't know what else to do. I don't just want to be one of those people that stay in the chair just like, hi, this is my story. So maybe I'll brush it. I did bring my hairbrush. And so after taking those photos, we went and sat on benches outside, and I remembered, holy crap, I have to tell my guardian at the time. I'm going to call him my stepdad, because he took me in when I was 15 and he looked after me and he took care of me, and he's my half brother's dad. So I remember calling him 4 times and he didn't pick up. He didn't get back to me until I got home, and I'm one of those people that absolutely hates the suspense of waiting to tell someone something that they need to know. And so after the day was over, I get home. I wasn't even in the front door yet, and he was like, oh hey, I've just like received your missed calls, what's up? And he's standing on like the veranda bit, and I was like, we need to talk. Like I was just stuttering, I couldn't form like a sentence, and he's just looked at me and he's gone, are you pregnant? And I was like, yes. And a lot of emotions went around for the next maybe 10 minutes. Obviously it's a scary thing to tell your parent, your guardian, whoever's looking after you at the time that you're pregnant, because you know they're going to think, you know, you're young, what are you doing? But in the end, he kind of took it okay. we got through it. Well, not really much to that bit of the story, but I was very relieved to tell him because I knew, like, you know, he needs to know. But yeah, so we got through it. Yeah, okay, so now I'm going to kind of move on to the struggles I had throughout my pregnancy. So I would say about a month after I found out I was pregnant, which was I think October, November-ish 2018, my stepdad wanted to move down about an hour away and live there. And so I went with him, and I struggled so hard to be away from Ryan for that time. So we ended up living there for, oh, he's still down there. But yeah, it was way too hard for me to not have the support of Ryan and just be with him all the time, because we were pretty much stuck together at the hip. We went to the same school. We lived literally 10 minutes away from each other, so we would always see each other. So one day Ryan and his mum drove all the way down. They picked me up, they picked my stuff up, they drove back, they helped me unpack, helped me settle in, and made me feel really welcome. And it was just so, it was just nice to be with Ryan again. And I have been living with him ever since. Brooklyn was in my tummy still at that time, obviously. So that was, yeah, one of my main struggles. Another struggle I had throughout my pregnancy was keeping it to ourselves. Ryan and I really wanted to keep this information to ourselves. It's not like we wanted to hide her, but keep in mind Ryan was completing year 12 at the start of 2019 and going to a school full of students. We didn't really know how well everyone would take it. Not everyone is the nicest about things, so he just wanted to finish year 12. He was working at the time. He just wanted to get all that done, and then like we were going to tell people, preferably after she was well, as she was being born or as she was born. So yeah, we just wanted to keep it to ourselves. I didn't leave the house pretty much at all. If I did, it was probably more at night when no one would really see me or see us if we went out for a walk or something. I think there were a few occasions I did go out to like IGA, which was just down the street, but it was more at a time where everyone was at school and I didn't see anyone, and I very highly doubt anyone saw me. So that's how we kind of kept it to ourselves. A few friends did know, and we were so positive that they wouldn't share that kind of information because they knew we would be the ones to want to share it and tell everyone. Our pregnancy did get out at one point, but people didn't know whether to believe it or not. And so when I was about, I want to say 16 or 17 weeks pregnant, I showed up at Ryan's school. I had barely a bump. If you know, when you put on a jumper, it's like a baggy jumper, but not too baggy that it's kind of sus. I kind of shut down those rumors. People didn't really know whether to believe it or not, but I think we did a pretty good job. I have a hunch as to how the rumor came about, but I won't go on about that right now. But I'm glad that we shut it down when we did, because when it got out, I was just so stressed out. I went to the doctors at one point worried that I was like doing something to her because of how stressed I was, but the doctor reassured me that she was fine, and that was a really big wake-up call for me to stop focusing on what other people think. I just stayed at home. I didn't really go on social media too much. I didn't hear anything from anyone about me possibly being pregnant, and I just focused on, you know, bringing a happy, healthy baby into the world. And so yeah, that's how I handled that one. I had a really hard time accepting my body as it was growing, especially towards the 32-week mark. That was the first time I saw a stretch mark on my belly, and I broke down in utter tears. I was like, oh no, like I was like, hating myself for it. I was like, I put so much oil on my belly, I put so much lotion, why am I getting stretch marks? But the reality was, like, it's just genetics, you can't change it. And in about 36 weeks, I think I finally got it. I was like, these stretch marks aren't going away, they're not stopping, I just have to accept it. But it was really hard for me to accept. Yeah, it took about a month or so, and even now I still haven't completely accepted them. I mean, I love my body for creating such a beautiful human being, but I still have I'm still self-conscious about my body, but I'm learning to love it every day more and more. And hopefully I can share the love. I don't know, maybe this video can help other people accept their bodies and just realize, you know, as long as you're happy and you're healthy, and you know, your baby is happy and healthy, and you have a happy and healthy family, that, you know, everything's really fine. So I kind of want to wrap up the video now, talking about what I want to do in the future with this channel possibly. I definitely want to do a Q&A video on just pregnancy related questions, birth related questions, just anything anyone wants to ask. I remember after I gave birth and we shared my, like, you know, oh, I just had a baby kind of thing, I got so many questions, and I actually found it a lot of fun to answer them. Everyone had so many more, like, so many different questions. It was just a lot of fun, and I'd love to do that. I'd also like to do a birth story video. Like I said before, I go to a young mum school and I've made some really awesome friends from there. I'd love to do a video with some of them and just like talk about what we love about school and how we think it's helped us and our experiences at school, that kind of thing. I also want to do kind of a girls' day out, going out with getting our nails done, if we can get a day like that, because it feels like those never come sometimes, but yes, so I want to do that. I'd also really like to do like a day in the life for me, and what I do pretty much from start to finish. I've seen so many of those videos on Teen Mum, like videos on YouTube, and everyone's is so different. Their journeys are so different, and I'd love to share mine. Also maybe film a day where I'm going to school and show what it's like. I absolutely love going to that school. It's so fun to socialize with the other young mums. There's about 10 of us, all under 23, and we all like bring our babies and they all socialize and they play, and it's a lot of fun. The teachers are amazing, and there are people there to help us look after the babies so we can do our work and get that year 12 certificate at the end of the year. And yeah, I've definitely made some really awesome friends from it. So if anyone is a young mum and still wants to finish school or anything, I 1000% recommend it. So I would definitely want to do a video on that. And I'd love to hear if anyone else has any other ideas on videos I could do. I want to kind of take this channel as far as I can. I'm super determined to do well with it, have fun with it, and just not sugarcoat anything, and just show the reality of my life being a young mum, what it's like and that kind of thing. And maybe it could inspire other people to show what their lives are like being a young mum. I'm not really sure. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe so I know to make more videos, and please tell me which video you would love to see next. Okay, well, I'm finally gonna go to bed. It's only like 10:30. Huh. You know what, I might play some, I want to say Fortnite, but I don't want to get hardcore judged for it. I'm not even that good. It's just fun to land in the middle and try and not get killed. Yeah, I might play that for like half an hour and then I'll probably crash. Alright, good night guys, or good morning, or whatever you are. Thank you for watching. Bye. Side note, did end up playing Fortnite. It was bomb.